Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are doing the best friend tag.
If you don't know what that is, basically we're going to be reading off questions from these lists and taking turns reading them. And we have to basically guess what the answer is for each other. Obviously there's some questions that's like, where did we meet? Which we'd probably just answer together anyway. But more personal questions like, what food do I hate and stuff. We're going to see how well we know each other. So yeah. Can we just ignore the fact that my contour and makeup looks absolutely hideous in this video? I was having a really bad makeup day where nothing was seeming to go right and the lighting was horrible. So I know we both did the Get to Know Me tag, but this is a good way for you guys to learn some facts about us that might not have been in the Get to Know Me tag.
Yeah.
Like us as friends. So yeah, the first question is, who was my first boyfriend? Funny story.
Same.
We both had the same first boyfriend, and one of the first times we were probably aware of each other was because he was dating both of us at the same time.
Plus, not just the two of us, but also our mutual friend Sarah. He was also dating her. So he was cartwheeling between us.
And we all actually, the three of us were really good friends for quite the longest time. So he was probably like thinking, it was like, if any of you have seen the movie The Other Woman, where the girls that the guy's cheating on all gets together and plot against him, he was probably so scared.
Literally probably like crapping his pants. Like,
It was fun though.
it was fun.
Favorite color?
Purple.
Blue. As you can tell, I really like purple.
There wasn't much blue options.
No, we didn't have anything blue here.
This is kind of like a temporary setup. We literally have nothing to work with here right now. Yeah.
First job. Her first job was at On the Vine, which is a local produce and meat store thing. Is the best way to describe it.
Actually, my mom had work there. And so when I went to apply for a job, they were like, oh yeah, your mom was a great worker. Let's take you on too. So luckily for me, though, mom wasn't working there at the time. I don't think I could work well with my mom.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that was mine. Yours was technically a animal sitting job, but it wasn't like a recognized job. Like you wouldn't be able.
By a company. It was personal friends and stuff.
Yeah, I was just watching Friends Animals, but your first recognizable job was probably the 2 days you worked at McDonald's.
Which, funnily enough, that was her second job, and she was working there when I got said job.
I was so excited, and she lasted 2 days, was like, I can't do it.
I did the, training thing where you sit down at the computers and stuff, and then I did one shift, kind of on the floor, and then I never went back.
That crushed that idea.
So that was my first job.
Favorite holiday? Christmas. For you, I think, or your birthday.
Is my birthday a holiday?
Never mind. I didn't realize that counts or
I'm
not.
gonna say Christmas for you too.
Yeah, I think Christmas.
I'm one of those people that loves all holidays. I'm definitely someone who always gets in Christmas spirit. But Halloween.
Yeah. I do like Halloween.
I'm into Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm one of. My family doesn't get into too much Christmas spirit. I feel like if it wasn't for me, my nan wouldn't even decorate the house. But every year, December 1st, I'm like, it's Christmas. Let's get all the decorations up, and I force
She gets
them.
a little crazy.
I force them to get into the Christmas spirit because my favorite part about holidays is just spending it with my family.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I said you.
Basically,
what
family.
Food do I hate?
Red meat. You are not a fan of red meat for two different reasons. Basically, it just makes you really sick, and you just don't really care for the taste of it that much either.
Yes. For her, cherries, because they could kill her.
Yeah.
I don't know what food you would hate, but I know she likes this now, but she used to detest, absolutely hate rice. And I made it for her once, because I'm like, no, you'll try my rice. I put, chicken stock in it, so it has extra flavor. You'll like it. And she mentioned that rice kind of looks like maggots. And I didn't eat rice for a month after that. And I love rice.
It literally looks like those, meal-worm maggots, because it has the slightly yellow coloration. It looks like little lava. And it's just, I don't know why my mind thought of it at the time, but it did. And I hadn't eaten it for years after that. It was my first time having it in my last for a long time. But this past year, I've been eating it again. And I obviously put that thought in the back of my mind. But I really enjoy it now. I really do.
Okay. Sorry if we ruined rice for you guys.
Yeah, we have a habit of doing that for people.
Next question is, do we have any inside jokes?
Too many.
So many. We wrote
We
them
literally
down.
have pages like 3 times the length of this full of them, and there's still more we haven't written down.
Like, we wrote most of them down, and it's like full length, loose leaf pages. We've got some really good ones, and then some other ones where it's like not even that funny, but it was like you had to be there.
You had to be there, and it was like at the time.
Understand.
It was also an at the time thing because some of them just weren't that funny.
Grab that wiggly kelp, Dad.
That was PewDiePie playing Octodad, and it was like 3 a.m. We were watching it, and overtired, and all you hear is this little kid, and they're in this room with like a bunch of wiggly kelp, and all you hear is this little kid, grab that wiggly kelp, Dad, and it was just, you had to be there.
You know when you're at that certain point of tired where you're hysterical? It was kind of one of those situations.
We were both in hysterics. We would literally cry laughing. I think another one was Take Me.
From How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yeah.
Where she just goes, take me, and like slow-mo.
We literally rewinded it like 4 different times laughing because we were surely like Shirley wouldn't have put that in a kid's film. Of course they did. I think one of our biggest ones though that we both find the funniest, like our top 2 that are like our own personal things that we did that were really stupid, was the time that she made tried to make cookie dough for us. I was downstairs playing Minecraft. She comes down with this powder, and I was like, what is this? She's like, I forgot the butter. And
okay, to my defense, we didn't even have butter in my house. We were out that night, so I didn't see it, so I didn't think of it.
It was honestly hilarious.
But she has a cookie dough story, too. We were at grocery store buying like a roll of cookie dough, and she was like tossing it from hand to hand,
just playing around with it.
For some reason it went forward, like she missed it, it went forward, and it hit this guy in front of us. It like rolled down him, but it like literally hit his back and never left his body. Like it rolled down every curve of his body down to the floor. And
it was like the Pillsbury Doughboy pre-packaged dough, and I was like throwing it, and it went over my hand and just like literally like rolled down him flat into his body. And, like, I don't know if it was because he was wearing kind of, like, a suit-esque material. And maybe it, like, statically stuck. But, literally, rolled right down him. He turns around, he's like, is that some kind of new pickup line? I could have died.
She was, like, kind of upset because she felt bad.
Yeah, like, I accidentally hit this. It wasn't, like, a young man, either. It was, like, an old 75-year-old man.
But she's, like, all upset, like, apologizing. And me and the other friend we were with at the time, hanging out with that day, were kind of like took a step back, and we were literally in tears because it was the funniest thing.
I was so ashamed and embarrassed. I just kept apologizing, and he's just like, so it's some kind of new pickup line you youngins are using? And I'm just like, no, I think it's me being accidental.
Yeah. I think he could tell you felt really bad, and he was trying to like ease, like, clear up the air a bit, but yeah.
Definitely the most embarrassing thing. But there was one other that I was specifically thinking of, and I thought that's what you were going to get with, other than my cookie dough incident, but thanks.
I had to tell it.
Was the time we got lost in the woods together.
Yes. We live in Canada, there's woods everywhere, so we were going for a walk, and we ended up getting lost, and it started to get dark, and the tension was building, because we were genuinely lost. And couldn't find our way back, and it started to get dark, and I don't like it when there's tension. We were getting quiet, we weren't joking around anymore. So I randomly turned to Chelsea, and I'm like, have you ever heard of that show, Naked and Afraid? She said yes, and then I ripped my shirt off and screamed, Naked and Afraid.
And I just died laughing, but at the time it wasn't even that dark. But as the night got on, we didn't get out of the woods till like midnight. We had to like finally get cell service. We called her mom. Like, we had such a hard time with it. I fell in a hole that came up to, like, my chest. No clue where this hole came from, but I was in this hole.
I was walking, And all of a sudden, I don't hear her footsteps anymore. So I turn around, and she's chest deep in the ground. She didn't even make a noise, though. That's the thing. I just turned.
I made no sound. I was just so, like, stunned. I just stood there, and I was like, I'm in this, like, chest deep hole. I have skinny Minnie here who, like, I'm very not small. And I'm like, how the hell am I gonna get out of this hole?
And it was, like,
she can't
straight
pull
down.
me out. It's, like, literally, like a square, like, hole, like, chest deep. So I'm, like, trying to, like, kind of dig, like, dirt down to stomp on to build my way up. And eventually, between her tugging on me and me stomping around, I finally got out. But it was a nightmare. It was so scary. Like, we honestly thought we weren't gonna get cell service and we were gonna be lost forever. But...
yeah. We haven't gone to that trail since. We should revisit it
yes.
and film it. See if we get lost again.
Let's not and say we did.
What actually happened, though, there was a trail, but what happened was it was right after a massive storm in the summer. So, like, trees had fallen down, so we kind of went off
the trail was, like, completely, like, no longer there. You couldn't even tell where the trail had been.
So we went off trail, and that was our first mistake.
Yeah, we should have just stuck to what we knew, and we didn't. But I think we did actually go back and visit it that next day, but we didn't go in far. No. There was just one spot. It's like an open clearing with a big rock, and if you sit on the rock, there's like water, and you can see it all.
It's like a good
so
lookout,
pretty.
too, because there's woods
really
pretty far out.
I definitely liked it. Describe me in one word.
That's a tough one. I can think of quite a few.
Same.
The first word that came to mind was insane.
Yep.
But also caring, funny, a little out there. What about me?
The very first word I thought of was courageous, because even though you're very shy and you still get me to order your drink sometimes when we're out in public, when it comes down to your friend's safety, you have the courage of a lion and will defend them tooth and nail.
That's the thing. You could be mean as hell to me and I'm just like, whatever. But the second someone hurts one of my friends, I'm just like, huh.
Yeah, she's like right there. Like, I know she's come to my rescue more than once.
And same to you.
Yeah. Yeah, in the line at Starbucks.
My biggest fear.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do I want kids? And if so, how many?
I know you want kids. I want to say 1 or 2.
I've always said 2. Yeah. I'm an only child. I'm not an only child, but I don't know my siblings well enough, so... Not that it was bad, like, I had a great life, but I wanted to have that. If I had a kid, I'd probably try to have 2. And I think same to you.
Yeah, I'd want 2. I've always said, like, I do have one sister. We are half-sisters, so we have the same moms and different dads, and I was actually put up for adoption. And shortly after, my sister was put in foster care. So once my parents, like, that adopted me finally got the go-ahead, like, many years later to take her in, they did. So me and her have, like, a great relationship, and I would want that for my child, whether it was a girl or a guy, 2 guys, 2 girls, whatever. I'd want them to have that sibling bond because it's really nice. You know? We always want to kill each other a little bit, but, like, we love each other no matter what.
Yeah. Greatest fear.
Moths.
I am terrified. I have it's a legit phobia.
A few moments later.
There's a moth!
Oh my god. Got it.
Also, Tux ate a moth yesterday morning, so he saved my life.
Nice. What made us closer? That's the last one on my sheet.
Honestly, I think there's been quite a few moments where I felt like was big, like, moments that genuinely made our bond even closer. Whether that was, like, a breakup or
Yeah.
Just us dealing with mental health. We've both gone through some pretty shitty stuff, as everyone does.
Sure.
Everyone has their moments, and we've been there for each other for 6 years of those moments. So
there's been a lot in between.
we've seen each other at bad points, whether it was me going through heartbreak and getting so drunk that I puked everywhere.
That was
Including
awful.
my cat at the time.
She literally puked on our cat. Not only did I have to I had to strip my best friend naked, wash her, because she got it under everything. Like, under her underwear, everywhere. I was like, I don't know how she did it, but she did. So I had to literally wash her and clothe her and put her to bed. And then I had to go wash a cat.
Also,
but
we weren't best friends then, but we were, around the time we were starting to be really good friends, just, like, before we became best friends, was the first time I ever went through, like, a breakup that genuinely hurt me.
yeah.
Because, I mean, like, your first, our first boyfriend that we apparently shared, I was young. It wasn't anything, like,
Yeah, it
super
wasn't
serious. We
serious.
found out pretty soon what was going
Yeah.
on. So, like, that wasn't hurtful. But, yeah. We were there for each other for a lot.
Definitely.
Including mental health issues, too.
Yeah, we
We
both
went through
have
some
a lot.
similar ones.
Yeah. Basically. Like, we've had such, like, similar issues that, like, we just kind of look at each other and we're like, yeah, I get it.
I get it.
I get it. Like, we just know. And, like, there's just been so many times where, like, even knowing, like, I always have her, I still feel so alone inside.
Yeah.
But I know, like, no matter how I personally fear, even though I know I feel alone, I know I'm really not. And she always helps remind me of that on a daily basis.
Also, one of my biggest things is I'm so bad at opening up to people when I'm upset. I just hold it in.
She
And
just shuts everyone out.
even when I'm doing that, she notices what I'm doing, even if I'm trying to fake happiness. So she notices, like, right away, so...
It's just, like, I don't know if it's considered, like, a sixth sense or something, but I can just sense when something's
Like-
off with someone, when something's wrong. And with her, because I have such high levels of that, and I also have the same emotional coping mechanism, which is shut everyone out, just shut down,
Yeah.
don't talk about it. I can sense it immediately. The moment she has the tiniest bit of anxiety, the moment she's the tiniest bit upset, I notice, and I'm like, okay, bitch, what's up? Tell me.
I don't know
like,
if you remember this, but it was, like, Boxing Day week. We went shopping at the mall with my boyfriend at the time. We were in one of my favorite stores, and when I have bad panic attacks, especially in the winter, the best thing for me is usually fresh air, especially the cold kind of snaps me into my senses. And I remember it was really crowded, and I'm not good with crowds, and I was standing there, and she just turned and looked at me, and she's like, do you want to go outside? And I was like, sure, okay. And I wasn't, like, feeling a panic attack. No sooner did we get near the doors, I started having a panic attack. Like, you sensed it before I even myself could.
It's almost like I'm one of those, like, what do you want to call them, like, service dogs? Like, I could sense
You're
it
my
before it
service
happened. Like, I could sense it on her before it happened, and I was starting to feel my anxiety rise. So the moment I felt mine rise, I knew hers wasn't far behind. So I was like, you know what? Like, you want to go outside for a bit? Because I know that's what calms her. Me, nothing really calms me. I have to go through the motion and then deal with it later. But with her, it's you go outside, you get some fresh air,
In
get
the
away from the
winter.
crowd.
Especially in the winter.
Especially in the winter.
Because the cold air will, like, snap me into my senses.
So I was just like, hey, let's go outside. Like, I just kind of played it off. I didn't want her to know I knew at the time. But she picked up pretty closely after, like, she knew I knew.
Where do I like to go to unwind? So what's our most favorite, like, calming places?
I'd say somewhere's in the woods for you. Out in nature.
Yeah, nature in general is really calming for me. I love going to anywhere with, like, waves, too.
Yeah, like a beach.
Water. And I feel like that's the same for you.
Yeah. Beach, out in the open, like that.
Nature. Maybe that's just a Canadian thing. We're surrounded by it.
Let's go get some maple syrup at the...
Am I a bad Canadian? I don't like pure maple syrup.
Neither do I. It's fucking gross, man. Like, you gotta get, like, the highly sugared freaking syrup.
Yeah.
Like,
I've
it's
tried.
gross.
It's,
Like,
I feel like
pure
I'm a
maple
bad
syrup is
Canadian when I
gross.
say that.
well, I don't like hockey, so there you go. Like...
What about Timbits, though?
I love Timbits, though.
Timbits.
Timbits.
Other places call them like donut holes and stuff.
Seriously?
It makes sense, but like, nah, it's Timbits.
No, it doesn't make sense. Donut holes is literally the hole in the middle of the donut. So why would they call like a fully solid thing a hole?
Like
I'm
little-
sorry, but no.
Little round bowl donuts. Also, sour cream glaze is my favorite Timbit, but I don't like the
Same.
full size donut. So they are not the same as the donut they like are named after. I don't like the sour cream glaze donut, but it's my favorite Timbit.
Wait, what? I find them the same personally. They taste the same to me. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. They taste the same to me.
I'm probably the weird one.
Probably.
But yeah, that's all our questions.
Yeah, I have nothing else on my sheet. I don't think.
Okay. Woo!
Woo!
So I hope you guys enjoyed this and got to learn some stuff about us as friends and why we're best friends.
Yeah, we're both really derpy and ditzy and just klutzes.
We hope you guys like this video. Give it a like and
And
subscribe
subscribe.
if you want to see more. And make sure to comment down below if there's any other videos you want to see us do. And
Yeah, if you
we'll
guys
take
have any
it into
video
consideration.
ideas of what you would like. If you guys want any more of these like question and answer videos,
Send us
feel
questions.
free. Like send us questions. Our email's there. Our Instagrams are there. Like
Also,
email, message.
even if we don't get enough questions to make like a video on it, comment down below some questions you want to know about our friendship and we'll answer them in the comments as well.
Yep, we can do that as well.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks guys.
Bye.